Well, we sold our house, we think. We got an offer on our house, and it was a good offer, and it was finally the right buyer because this house, yes, it definitely took a specific buyer. And the guy, he's a single guy, so it'll be a bachelor pad, which Joe bought this place as a bachelor pad, so it'll be perfect. So he offered close to what we were asking. And of course, we had already lowered our price multiple times. But then he also asked for $10,000 in concessions to go towards closing costs or what have you. And also, I want to say he asked for 3% of the purchase price for repairs and updates that he wanted to do to the home. So we countered back that we would give him a certain amount. We'd go ahead and give him the $10,000 in concessions because we were already expecting that. Apparently that's very common now. But then we would give him not 3%, but I forget what it was, 2% or 2.5%. And they countered back actually increasing the purchase price, but we would give them that money back in concessions. So basically, I think he needed to get a loan for the full amount, and then he would get all that money back in escrow so he could do whatever updates. So it was okay. Well, however he does it, it worked out okay with us. So we went ahead and accepted the offer. And then it came time for the inspection, and they were here for about 5 hours for the inspection. First, the inspector was here doing his job, and then the buyer came after he was off of work and apparently was here for another, 2 or 3 hours with the inspector looking over everything. And we found out from the inspector that he had already backed out on a purchase based on some plumbing issues for the house he was under contract with, and the seller didn't want to work with him. So then we waited and waited for his list of what he wanted fixed, and it's a lot. So our realtor was, we're looking at this list and we're thinking, there's no way we're going to get this list done because they wanted to close in 3 weeks. And when 1 week has already gone by, there's no way that we're going to get this stuff done in 2 weeks. So our realtor talked to his realtor and said, what if we offer you some money to do these repairs? And then they wanted 3%. And we're like, no, there's no way. So Joe and I took a full day and contacted contractors to see if we can get quotes on everything. And we pulled it out. We put our heads down and we got those quotes. And then so we sent all those quotes on to our realtor, and they turned out to be way less than 3%. So our realtor did the reply to their BINSR, I guess that's what they call it. And then they started questioning things again. So now our life is, we've been doing some of the repairs because we found out that we can get some of the repairs done quick. And then the other repairs, we would provide quotes and money in escrow, and then the buyer can do the repairs and pull the money out of escrow. Well, it turns out, I think the buyer is okay with that, but there's one repair that he's especially worried about and is not really believing the quote. And so, but we can't get that company to come out and do a physical quote. They did it by pictures and lots of discussion. Well, we can't get them out to do that physical quote until after the close of escrow. So now we're offering the buyer to give them the money towards what was on the estimate, plus some extra money in case it should happen to go over. And that is what we're waiting to hear back from. Very stressful. So also in the meantime, this past weekend, we moved our daughter into her first apartment, and that went pretty well. Now I'm home trying to pack. You can see this place is a mess. I don't do very well in clutter. This place is a mess. But anyways, we got my daughter moved in. Of course, she lives on the second floor. My calves are screaming. We're all very tired. And we're also all very emotional. This is the first time that she's lived away from home. And not only that, but we're moving out of state. Before you come at me, please don't tell me I'm abandoning my daughter, because there was a time before COVID where she actually had plans on moving to Japan. It was her dream. Her dream was to go move to Japan and teach English. But then COVID happened. In the meantime, she got her master's degree for teaching. So she has her dream job. So I do feel like I'm abandoning her. But she's adult. And with technology today, I know we're going to be talking every day. And she's going to be out visiting us a lot. We're going to be visiting her a lot. And I've had a lot of guilt about it. And so I've talked to a lot of people who are in the same situation, that don't live in the same state as their children. And I think the one that helped me the most was somebody told me that they were thinking about staying for their children. They ended up moving to a different state than their children. But then all their children ended up moving to different states anyway. So I guess it's like, when do you stop planning your life around your children? But needless to say, it's still hitting me hard. Yeah, we took her out to dinner last night, and I don't know what it was. It just really hit me. It really hit me. But I have to stay strong for her, because I know she's having a hard time with it. I mean, she's totally excited. I see her videoing her apartment and, showing the videos to her friends and putting it on Instagram, and how excited, how she's setting it up. Yet at the same time, I do see her very, very emotional. So anyways, that's where we are now. We also, and maybe you can see it outside our front window, we had U-Haul pods delivered today. Because even though we don't have everything totally ironed out and signed for the sale of this home, we close next Tuesday, supposedly. We still have to continue as if we're moving. This is a big house. Joe and I each had our own stuff. We have a lot of stuff. So, we're working on getting rid of things. We're working on boxing things. Plus, we have to move all this stuff into storage, because our home in Alabama isn't going to be ready for maybe another 7 months. So it has to stay in storage, and then it has to be delivered to our new home for unpacking. So that box you see out the front window, there's 6 more like it in the driveway. Yeah, we did a lot of research on moving companies, and this seemed to be what worked the best, price-wise, and also logistic-wise, as far as storing and transporting. It seemed to work out the best. The only thing we're not going to be getting is help with filling the boxes. But I think we can do it. If last weekend moving our daughter was any indication, we can do it. We're sore. We had a lot of help, and we can do it. So now we just need to get through the finalizations of this offer and the inspections and the escrow. So that's why Joe isn't with me right now. He is working on another problem that we're having in the office. But wanted to be able to give you guys an update on where things are going. And that's about it. So anyways, we could definitely use your best wishes right now. It really grounds us, especially during this so stressful time. It really does help to read those comments, letting us know we're going to get through it. We're just in the middle of it now, but I know we're going to come out okay on the other side. So I think I'm going to end this right here. Get back to packing. And we also have to figure out what's going on with my daughter's internet because that's not working and a phone call didn't help. So hopefully we can get that fixed also again. So anyways, that is it. And we will see you in the next video and take care.